The exhibition is one that's very exciting because it's presenting original works by Leonardo da Vinci to the Hong Kong public for the first time. And there are 12 drawings, which in fact do not make up a very large exhibition. And so I was thinking of how to make it a bigger one that could take up the 800 square meters that we have. And in addition to models of the actual works, we wanted to show how Leonardo's legacy lives on. And then we thought to do this by asking some of our wonderful artist faculty from the School of Creative Media at City University to partner with us. The most important thing was to have pieces that represented his innovations, in a sense translated into a contemporary world of AR, VR, deep learning, etc. As well as to show that some of the most traditional means of doing art, with a notebook, with a pen and pencil, are still present and are still crucial to artists today. So each of the artists was asked to take as a point of reference something about Leonardo, one of his drawings, or something that struck them about his works, and be inspired by that. Well, the ones that the general public find the most popular, understandably, are the ones that involve VR and the virtual reality. So the idea of walking into a Leonardo painting and with the iPad looking up and down and seeing the grotto as if you're walking into the grotto behind the Virgin of the Rocks, which is, there are 2 copies of this very famous painting by Leonardo, is, I think, a very exciting proposition. For one, it's the 500th anniversary of Leonardo's death. And so it's a topic, that is a theme, that is very important right now. And that is why, in fact, we had this possibility of showing these works coming from Italy. Second, Leonardo represents the true bridging of arts and sciences. And one of the themes of this gallery is to show the relation of art and science. Finally, it's the 25th celebration of the recognition of the university as a university. So it's also a very festive occasion for us. So all of those things together meant that it would be wonderful to have such an important exhibition with this theme marking this year. In the 19th century, these sheets were discovered. That is, they were lying in libraries. Nobody was really reading them or looking at them. They were incredibly difficult to read, right? Written backwards, in the mirror script, in abbreviated Italian, quite a bad handwriting. And people were not, before the 19th century, interested in trying to decipher this really sort of seemingly disorganized, difficult to read scribbles and drawings, right? When they started doing that in the 19th century with the cult of the personality and a kind of interest in the actual author, the actual artist as a genius, they discovered that he was in fact way ahead of his time in the things that he was discovering and exploring. And that is what really gave the rise to the cult of the genius, of Leonardo the genius. It wasn't the paintings. And it was from the 19th century on, and that's what we've inherited today in the 21st century. The idea of this Renaissance man who worked across disciplines, the polymath, that's from the 19th century and from these writings. So these writings are very, very important because they actually show him to be that genius, so to speak. We try to find very large theme exhibitions that do either bridge East and West, and or the arts and sciences. The coming ones are going to be, one is probably on the development of Buddhism through the maritime route, so looking at the Silk Route, but the maritime one, coming from India and then spreading across Asia.